Hey Jim, what do you think? What's a better investment, real estate or the stock market when it comes to setting yourself up for retirement and that your foundation, what you should invest in first? I believe in today's day and age that real estate is the best investment, and it didn't always used to be the case. Some of the advice that we got growing up about putting money into your retirement account and throwing it over into the stock market, I think at the time when I was growing up and what my parents did and what their generation did, I think it was the best option for them then. But the world's changed and we have other opportunities that quite frankly just didn't exist even 10 years ago. One of the reasons and one of the negatives when it comes to real estate is that it's an active investment. And what I mean when I say active is that somebody has to find the property, somebody has to negotiate the deal, somebody has to find the tenant, someone has to screen the tenant and make sure that they'll do a good job. Someone has to collect the rents. And if something happens to the property, someone has to problem solve and figure it all out. And because there's an active nature to it, when I was growing up, and there really wasn't many structures out there to actually make it a passive investment. And nowadays what's happening with the world is there's these real estate fund structures out there that I think are really important for you to know about. And what the real estate fund structures do is they allow you and they allow other investors to put their money into a pool and invest in real estate together. They're called general partners, or the fund managers are actually doing all the work. They're finding the deal, they're negotiating it, they're managing the tenants, they're doing all of the work. And even though real estate's an active investment, when you invest into these fund structures, it actually becomes for the limited partners, for the investors, becomes completely passive. And these fund structures have been around for a really long time. But growing up over the last 20, 30 plus years, no one really talked about them because no one knew about them. They were reserved for the investment bankers and the 1% ultra wealthy elites. You had to know somebody, and the only people that knew somebody were the other people that grew up in the same circles and had the same similar family structures. And what's been happening in the shift that the world's going through is that these alternative investments and these structures are becoming commonplace. Guys like myself, a small business owner, can become a fund manager because of the internet and the knowledge that's out there. And we're able to develop structures and we're able to create passive income opportunities. So like on our world, what we've been able to do is we've been able to help take over $250 million of investors' money and delivered on our promised returns for the last 15 years. And there wasn't always structures out there like that you could do with people. So because of this, I really believe that real estate is the best thing. It's what I personally have chosen, and for my retirement, and I don't have to worry about if the stock market's doing the right thing when I retire. I don't have to worry about if it crashes, it goes sideways or whatnot, because I have an asset that's in the real world, that's a great hedge against inflation, and that's generating me passive income. So I'm going to get more into and do another video on like the alternative investment space and how it's been growing and why it's been growing and all that. So make sure that you check that one out.